Hello, everyone.
Hello. How is everybody? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been a while, and for that, we're sorry.
Life happens.
Things have been crazy, and I'll get into a little bit of it shortly. But a big thing is...
I feel like Ernst Savro Blofeld holding a little kitty in my lap right now.
The big thing
Mr.
is,
Bond.
if you've been on to our Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, you'll have seen that we are now fostering a little kitten who is meowing like crazy. She's available for adoption at Richmond Animal Care and Control. She's only about 4 weeks old. There she's listed as Pixel. We've decided to call her Nakia.
You are from Wakanda, aren't you?
Because she's stinking adorable, really smart, and really feisty.
But let's face it, Okoye is too much one way, Shuri is too much the other.
Yeah, Nakia is just the perfect...
Nice middle of the road.
Middle of the road. But she's cute. She's a little tortoise shell.
Oh, she tried to go after your hand.
Who's feisty as hell.
Mm-hmm. Very sweet.
Mm-hmm. But again, if you want her, contact Richmond Animal Care and Control.
That is my Mario shirt. You are not allowed to claw at it. Ashley gave me this shirt.
And she's like, I'll claw at whatever I want.
No, that's Astrid.
But...
Oh, I think we named wrong. She should be named Maze, I think.
Yeah, we've been watching a lot of Lucifer.
Thanks a lot for that, Matt, by the way.
And Sam.
And, oh yeah, Sam wants to take credit for that, so, you know. Yeah. I know.
Let me see.
You want to see it? Okay, because I'm tired of, you know,
Okay.
trying to keep her in one area, because, yeah, she wants to run.
So, yeah, things have just been crazy and emotional roller coaster and all that. I've got her.
You just put it on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay, alright.
So the big thing is we're switching it up. I know we generally go rare, like common breed to rare breed. We're gonna switch things up for the next 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm. There is a method to our madness, by the way.
Just because I've lost 2 people who are very important to me in the dog world recently. Basically within the past 10 days.
Yeah, it is kind of a sucker punch.
Yeah, it's
technically it's a 1-2 sucker punch for you, I would think.
Oh yeah, huge.
Yeah.
So the next 2 episodes are going to be dedicated to them. And we're going to be covering their breeds. So the first one that we're going to cover is the Clumber Spaniel.
This is the second breed, if I remember correctly, that you were into, because you first started with Beagles.
Third breed.
Third breed, okay. So first started with Beagles, and then there was...
Great Danes.
Oh, yeah, I remember. Yeah, and then it was Clumbers.
Then it was Clumbers.
I already know my answer to the last question. Let's go ahead and we'll circle back to that.
Again, it's a personal breed for me because I've shown them, I've been around them.
Yes.
I showed them when I was in college, and they were owned by Karen Porter. Karen was a surrogate mother for me in college.
Kind of like a dog show mom for you, really.
Little bit, but a little bit.
Because I don't want to discredit Anne by any stretch of the imagination.
No, and my mom totally understands that the reason for me calling her surrogate mother, and the reason is because I went to school still in state, but it was a good 2-hour drive, and Karen was always an outlet where if I needed to get away, I could go, I could chill out, I could just decompress, and it was one of those places, it was kind of a sanctuary of sorts.
Safe place, yeah.
And so Karen was my surrogate mother in college. Her kids were and still are like my younger siblings. Unfortunately, Karen unexpectedly passed away just over a week ago. And to be quite honest, my brain is just having a tough time processing it. And
I can tell you exactly which day it was.
I know it was Thursday.
Are you sure? Because I got paid on this day. It was a Friday that you found out.
Yeah, Friday. So
it was a Friday that you found out because I was on my way to work paying some bills, and you made it very clear that you could not be left alone.
Yeah, don't leave me alone.
Yeah, so I had to turn around.
So, but I mean, it's one of those things where it was 100% unexpected.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's something I often say, you know, we make plans and life kind of, you know, with the universe, they turn hard left, and we just have to adapt and do what we can.
Yeah, and I mean, just to tell you how unexpected it was, Karen and I were talking about her getting a show puppy to get back into the show ring within the next year or so. And yeah, it sucks. It's this horrible punch to the gut. I know a lot of people are hurting. Her kids are going through such a tough time, and I'm there for them. They have my phone number.
And they've been in contact.
Yeah. Her daughter especially has been in contact, and she and I, we've just been talking through it, and I've been trying to help her out as best as I possibly can.
In moments like this, me speaking from experience, unfortunately, the best thing that you can do is, even if it's just you sitting there, because, I mean, trust me, it's a horrible thing, and to see other people in pain, knowing full well that there isn't a fucking thing you can do about it, is quite possibly one of the worst experiences. Next to working retail, but
it's bad.
It is awful.
It's a totally awful experience, and
it's a pain I'm familiar with all too well, and I don't wish it on anyone that I care about. Let's just say that.
Yeah. But again, what makes this so much worse is Facebook has this wonderful little memories function.
Oh, jeez. Let's just go ahead and put the knife in and twist it so the wound won't close.
Yeah, so if I look back on them, Karen's there. She's commenting, she's liking, I see her name, I see so many things, and she supported so much of what I do, and she was one of the first people that I told when I found the Hamilton Stover breed that this is what I wanted. And so she was following everything that I did, and every success that we had made her so much, like her joy was just
infectious,
big time, because of, like, when the puppies were born, she was my supporter 100%. Every win that we did, she was commenting and all that. So that's going to be the biggest thing, is just that
she was rooting for you from afar, basically.
Yeah, that constant support, even though she was a few hours away, and we would meet up every once in a while at shows and stuff like that. But
absolutely.
Still, to have that constant support from that one person who basically trusted in me and put her faith in me from a young age. It's unbelievable. So,
such loyalty is difficult to find.
This episode is dedicated to her. And because of that, it's only fitting that we cover her breed. We cover the Clumber Spaniel.
Yep. So what can you tell me about the Clumber Spaniel?
Well, for those of us who are watching the video, which we're not doing a live video, we're going to try and...
This isn't live?
No, this isn't live.
Oh.
We're going to try and do something a little bit different, where we're going to record the episode, basically, and then post it later, so that people can watch they can watch the video and that they can listen to the audio whenever they want.
Yeah.
We're probably going to start a YouTube channel for these as well.
That'd be cool.
So, yeah. If you're watching, welcome.
Yay.
And the photo right there is of a Clumber, one of the best Clumbers to have ever lived.
Is that what you're doing with the tablet, you sneaky devil?
Yep.
I was wondering about it. I was like, what the hell are you doing with the tablet?
So, Clumber Spaniels as a breed, they are different from most Spaniels developed in England.
Okay. So they were developed in England then?
Yes, they were developed in England. However, the word spaniel comes from Spain, which makes things a little bit confusing.
Espanol.
But a lot of the spaniels in England were just basically size variations on a generic spaniel breed.
Just for the record, Ashley's doing finger quotes.
Air quotes. Most English spaniels could be born in the same litter, and it was based on size. So the larger ones would have been the English Springer Spaniels, the medium ones would be the Field Spaniels, and the smaller ones would be the Cocker Spaniels. Clumbers don't fit that mold at all.
I've seen them, yeah.
And they kind of fit in a similar body structure and size to that of the Sussex Spaniel.
Okay.
Clumbers are long, low, and heavy as a breed. They're dense dogs. I mean, the males...
Now, when you're talking about dense, you're not actually referring to their level of intelligence. You're referring to their fur coat.
I'm talking about their body size.
Oh, okay.
If you get nailed by a clumber, they will take you out at the knees, and most of them, the males, weigh about 85 pounds. So, put that into perspective, our male Hamilton barely weighs 80 pounds.
But he still knocked me on my belly.
Yeah, but imagine this dense, white tank barreling at you, and will take you out from exuberance.
Yeah.
They are white with either orange or lemon markings. No other difference in color. If you look at their nose, they have what's known as a flesh color nose. So their nose is not black.
Yeah.
They should never have a black nose. They should never have black lips. Nor should they ever have black eye rims. It's all this flesh, pinkish, tannish color.
Now, when you said take you out, you're just referring to them just being able to knock you on your ass. Not anything like them being considered a vicious breed by any
God,
stretch.
no.
I just wanted to be clear, that's all.
No. Where the Clumber came from, there are many theories on how it was developed. None have been proven by science.
So they're hypotheses then?
Yes. So
if we go by Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, so the two hypotheses, I like, the first one is the one that I like the best. The second one, I'll explain why there's some issues with it. The first one is that it's a combination that came from France, from across from an extinct breed called the Alpine Spaniel, and crosses a Basset Hound type dogs.
Okay.
And then they were brought over from France and then developed by English nobility. Again, not scientifically proven. The other theory is that it was a variant on a Blenheim Cavalier King Charles Spaniel. But again, that really doesn't work because Cavaliers and Clumbers were kind of being developed at a similar time. And
what's that term you use? Blenheim?
Blenheim, it literally is a color that is found in Cavalier King Charles Spaniels, and it means white and orange / white and red markings. Problem with that theory, though, Cavalier King Charles Spaniels have black noses.
Right, yeah.
Genetically, the gene required to produce the flesh-colored nose and the flesh-colored pigment is a recessive gene to the black nose. So that's where I have a problem with it, is some of the genes, just by the color expression, just doesn't work.
Right.
So my theory is the France theory, that they came over from France. A lot of the long...
The British basically said, you know what, we like this, but we think we can do something better. Let's come over here with this French dog. Come over here, off you go.
Kind of, sort of. One of them is that it came about from dogs that were being sent over from the English Channel due to the French Revolution, so that they didn't die.
That actually tracks with the history.
Yeah.
Because war can decimate breeds, as we've covered on previous occasions.
And we are going to as well.
So the French would save our dogs!
So,
Baton! Did I throw you off again?
Yes, you did. Damn it.
I said fucking French and you get thrown off.
There is a bit of certainty regarding the name. The name Clumber comes from Clumber Park, which is a huge estate in Nottinghamshire, England.
Oh, I hear you said that. Nice and proper.
Owned by the Duke of Newcastle.
Mm.
It was developed there to be able to flush out birds through tough ground cover.
Mm-hmm.
And when I mean tough, I mean like prickly thorns and dense rhododendron and what?
Where's the little one?
The kitten? She'll be fine.
She's under her bed. I'm holding you accountable.
Yeah, it's fine. She'll be fine. But the ground cover at this estate was notoriously tough to get through.
Mm-hmm.
So this breed would literally act like a bulldozer and just plow right through. That's why they're so dense.
They needed to be hardy and basically, I'm trying to think of the kind of hardened, I guess you could say, in order to be able to tackle that tough terrain.
But again, they also fall under the Baymax mentality. They are not fast.
They are not fast.
No. They are meant to be followed on foot. They are not... Well, it's true!
I am not fast.
They're, you can see where they've been. They create a trail and you just follow on by foot. They're not a breed that you're just going to send out and then they find the birds and you catch up maybe 10 minutes later. Yeah, you're not going to... That's not this breed at all.
Yeah, no.
The breed first arrived in North America in 1848.
Mm-hmm.
In Canada, not in the U.S. It arrived in the U.S. in 1883.
So what, about 40 years?
Yeah, just under 40 years.
Yeah.
And source material time?
Oh, yes.
All of this has come from the Clumber Spaniel Club of America.
Why? Because we do our homework.
We do our homework. Should. Yeah. Cool thing?
Yes.
The Clumber was one of the first 9 breeds to be recognized by the American Kennel Club.
Hmm.
And the main thing is the American Kennel Club was originally developed as a sporting dog registry. So English setters, pointers, Clumbers. It makes sense that they would be one of the first.
Yeah.
This breed also has incredibly long royal connections.
Like what kind of royal connections are we talking?
Prince Albert had them.
Okay.
His son, King Edward VII, had a boatload of them and bred them under the Sandringham estate and kennel name. Unfortunately, this is where we get to the war stuff, the population suffered greatly in World War I. But thankfully, King George V redeveloped the line at Sandringham and used the dogs as hunting dogs in the field. So if you're following, King George V is the father of Queen Elizabeth right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And as show dogs, Clumbers have won Best in Show at both Crufts and Westminster, which is kind of surprising for such a breed as it is. It's relatively uncommon. It's not overly flashy. They're kind of dopey looking dogs. They've got coat, but they're not fast movers. They're supposed to have a characteristic roll when they move. So for them to be found as best, I mean, these are some of the best dogs out there.
Right.
In 1991, show champion Ray Croft Socialite, also known as Garfield, won Best in Show at Crufts at the Centenary Show. Like, they're, I mean, huge.
Yeah.
In 1996, so just 5 years later, just under 5 years, champion Classics Country Sunrise, Brady, also known as Brady, won Best in Show at Westminster.
This is 96.
96.
I was graduating high school. Wait.
This was early 96.
Early 96, we're in January.
February.
Oh, okay. Well, still, I was still my senior year of high school.
So,
dislike high school.
The breeders of Brady and the owners of Garfield are still active in Clumber Spaniels today. So you can go up and talk to them. I've actually shown 2 Brady's breeder, Doug Johnson.
Yeah.
Had one of my most embarrassing dog show moments while showing to him.
Well, you brought it up. It's story time.
I think I mentioned it before when I tripped over the tent thing at Old West.
Tent peg?
Yeah, he was the judge.
Oh, okay.
A
bridge story time.
Yeah. And Brady's breeder, Doug Johnson, judged the sporting group at Westminster this year.
Okay.
Currently, as show dogs, Clumbers in the U.S. are placing in the group ring and winning best in shows in the U.S. almost every single year.
Wow.
And a lot of them are related to the Classics kennel name.
Okay.
Classics is one of the few kennels that can say that they've won best in show at Westminster with 2 different breeds. They've won it with Clumbers and they've won it with Sussex. So, with Clumbers, if you look at any of the rankings and stuff like that, you'll see the name Classics.
Yeah.
That should be like something that's eye-catching and say, hey, these are big names in the breed.
It says a lot to their lineage.
Yeah, huge lineage, long legacy. Clumbers are amazing, amazing pets. But they can have some health issues. And that's the downside, in my opinion, of the breed. Because they have kind of droopy skin and stuff like that, they can have eye issues where they can have their upper eyelids turn inwards. And the eyelashes will actually start to scratch the cornea. And it's a very, very painful, very painful situation. And usually it's a simple surgery to correct it, but once the surgery is done, then they can't be shown and they should never be bred to. And the surgery literally takes a couple of sutures and just tacks up the skin folds.
Would
you rather have a couple of stitches?
Well, no, I get it, but I mean, it's one of those things where you have to sit there and weigh the options in regards to your show career, you know, versus their health.
But in terms of a show dog should be the epitome of the breed.
Right.
Both in structure, structure, temperament, and health.
Right.
Health being the key.
Yeah.
So if they are starting to have this genetic condition with their eyes, then that tells you they should not be bred.
Right.
i.e., don't you dare show them.
Okay.
Because that gene does not need to be passed on. Another thing is heart issues. They can have some issues with just murmurs and stuff like that.
Arrhythmia, yeah.
Because they're long and low and a heavy breed, they can have back problems. So keep your dogs fit and healthy. Make sure that they are never overweight.
Yeah. I've seen many heavy Clumbers.
Well, heavy... Once you get your hands on them, a lot of Clumbers, they look heavy, but a lot of them are muscle and coat, so therefore they're not fat. They're not overweight.
They're just very, very muscular, but the fur masks the musculature.
So, and Clumbers also have a dense layer of loose skin that rolls and shuffles and creates this illusion of being overweight. So you can actually, and I used to do this, you can pick up the skin from the shoulders of a Clumber and almost throw it over their eyes. It's remarkable. And they don't care. They don't care.
I can't see.
I mean, Willis used to love it. He used to come up to me and I'd be, let me get your fuzz.
What you talking about, Willis?
Hey.
You know I was going to do it.
He was named after Bruce Willis, not that. Damn it.
Come out to the coast. We'll get together. Have a few laughs. That Willis?
Yes, that Willis.
Oh, okay.
Clumbers can also have hypothyroidism, so do the tests, do the blood tests, please.
Do your homework, research, figure out if this is the right breed for you. I sound like a pharmaceutical commercial.
Yes. They can also have hip issues.
Ask your doctor if this is right, if Clumbers are right for you.
But, you know, hip issues, they're prevalent in every single dog, regardless of breed, mix, what have you. Make sure that wherever you're getting your dog from, especially if it's a breeder, that they are testing for as many health conditions as possible and being at the forefront of making sure that they are producing the healthiest dogs possible.
Mm-hmm.
Hip issues being one of them. If you are looking to get a dog, make sure you do not overfeed them as youngsters.
Mm-hmm.
That is how you destroy hips.
Yeah.
Hip conditions have been documented to be proven to be both genetic and environmental. And the key environmental phase is when they're young and those joints are developing. Puppies should never be overweight. I'd rather see an underweight puppy than an overweight puppy, because the less weight they carry, the less stress on the joints.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
Clumbers especially so, because they're so long, low, and heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Don't put more strain on their bodies than necessary, especially with the propensity for back and hip issues. Just don't do it.
Yeah.
Now, they also can have this disease that I've never heard of before, but it was on the Clumber Spaniel's Club of America's Health section, and they actually had this whole like genetic study for it.
Citing your sources once again.
Yeah, called PDP1, pyruvate dehydrogenase phosphatase 1.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. I have trigeminal neuralgia. Things don't work up here very well sometimes, and this is one of them. And I don't really know what it is. It's it's a genetic condition, so I think the Clumber Club, and again, correct us if we're wrong.
Yes, please. Feel free to reach out via email, aboutadogpod@gmail.com.
Yep, or comment on our Facebook, our Instagram, which is
@aboutadogpod,
Twitter,
@aboutadog1,
and I think that's it.
Yeah. My social media plug. Soon to have a YouTube page.
Yeah, soon to have a YouTube page.
Channel. YouTube channel.
Once, I think what they're doing is they're trying to determine a genetic test for this, and get as many of this breed tested.
Okay, but what exactly is that particular thing? What does it do?
No idea.
Really?
Yeah, I have no clue what it does.
No information whatsoever. It said PDP. What?
PDP1.
Pardon me, I just burped.
Now.
PSP. No. It's my phone. What do you expect?
Now with Clumbers, they also.
Why did it bring up a computer?
No idea. With Clumbers, they shed constantly, so they're not seasonal shedders, and they can drool. And the males will drool more than the females. And if you see a Clumber person at a show ring and they have a rag in their back pocket, it is not for fashion. It's for the dogs. It's to make sure to wipe off all the drool and slime off their face before the judge goes to examine them. Did you find out what it is?
It's a deficiency of some kind.
Oh.
Is an inherited disorder affecting the Clumber and Sussex Spaniels, and it is a form of exercise intolerance syndrome.
Oh.
The exercise intolerance syndromes are well known to be associated with inborn errors of metabolism affecting looks like
Let me see.
glucose, GLYCOLYSIS, and fatty acid oxidization. So some type of like acid builds up in their body whenever they're active is what is going on. That's what my understanding of it is.
Okay, so that's what PDP1 is.
Yeah.
Now, the average lifespan for Clumbers is generally between 10 to 13 years.
See, we do our homework.
Yep.
Why am I doing that? I don't want to look at the nest. Looking at us, technically.
Temperament issues. Clumbers used to have a little bit of a temperament issue, but now it's relatively rare. Socialization is necessary with this breed. They need to be around people. They need to experience things. They're also a very sensitive breed, and they don't forget. So if something negative happens to them in the show ring, then they will internally stop.
Picture. Oh, it did?
Yeah, it stopped a little bit.
But you picked it back up?
Yep. So, but again, we're back.
We're back. The recording never stopped because I was still rambling on. And You know, making sure there wasn't any dead air or anything.
They are a relatively low energy breed.
Uh-huh.
But they've been bred to hunt all day, using their bodies to plow through dense ground cover in search of birds.
Yeah,
So, probably not the best to own birds with them, because they're going to be like, ooh, num-nums.
Yeah.
They might view them as a prey source.
Mm-hmm.
They probably aren't going to be agility dogs.
Mm-hmm.
You might be able to do rally with them, obedience with them, probably barn hunt, but don't expect agility, don't expect overly fast, like lure coursing, fast cat, things like that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect from this breed, just because of the way that their body is structured and built. And with their coat, in order to keep them in show condition, weekly grooming. Bare minimum.
It is a must.
What are you doing?
Oh, I'm looking up, I was trying to make an association. Basically, you pretty much hit it on the head. I don't know the exact classifications, but there's like, in a party in video games, there are individuals who are known essentially as healers, you know, attackers, thieves, things like that. These would be classified as you put it, the tanks. They can take a lot of damage, basically.
Yeah.
I was trying to do a video game equivocation, and my research I came up short.
I'm sorry.
Not your fault.
But in terms...
Still made an approximation. So, well.
In terms of grooming, it would take me from start to finish, including blow dry and bathing.
Now, this is you currently, not in the past. Is that what we're doing, or just if from your personal experience is what you're saying?
From my personal experience,
Okay.
It would take about 4 hours from start to finish to groom each dog to get ready for a show.
Right, and this is show ready.
Show ready.
As Ron can attest, it takes a while.
Yeah, it takes a long time. It's a bit of a lot of work in terms of making sure that the white stays white. They are long and low. They have a lot of coat, meaning they will get dirty.
Yeah.
And they do make...
Because they don't have dog shows in nice clean locations.
Well,
usually if it rains, it gets muddy.
No, what I mean is like at home. At home too. Like when we would have Clumbers over at the house, or if we were preparing for a show, we would literally wrap all 4 of their legs, and we would have a band that went from the top of their neck all the way down to basically their rib cage, to protect that coat, to make sure that nothing happened to that coat, so that it didn't get dirty, so that that coat wasn't brushing up against the ground, because the coat will touch the ground. The coat from the chest, because they're so long and low, will touch the ground.
Why am I immediately thinking of that Borat bathing suit for some reason?
Oh no, it's better. It's better. But again, I have personal experience with this breed.
Absolutely, yeah. I
started showing them in college. The first one was a male named Willis.
Yeah.
The next one was a female named Bella. Unfortunately, we lost both. Karen lost both of them a couple of years ago. About 6 months apart from each other, I want to say.
Yeah.
They were amazing examples of the breed. They were my college homework buddies. Seriously, when they weren't being shown, they were warming the sofa, falling asleep on my chest. Literally, I would be hanging out on Karen's sofa, and Willis would get right on top of me, and his big droopy lips would just rest right on my chin, and he would just snore right into my face.
That would probably make doing homework a little bit difficult, don't you think?
Yeah, but that's when I wasn't doing homework and just chilling out.
Oh, okay.
They are a counter-surfing breed. Both Willis and Bella did it. Bella's big-time claim to fame, it was Easter, and she decided that the Easter ham was too close to the counter, and she made off with the Easter ham down the hallway.
Holiday ruined?
Yeah, Holiday a little bit pissed off.
Now, Willis is Bruce Willis. What's Bella?
Bella was named after, I want to say that litter theme was aircraft carriers or something, military something, I don't know.
How do you get Bella from an aircraft carrier?
Bella Wood. Or I don't know.
My face should give you an indication that I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know.
Oh, fair enough. Fair enough.
I know Willis, his litter theme was like action movies.
So was it Arnold?
No idea. I really don't. I only knew Willis and Bella, and Willis, his was Mercury Rising.
You are a stranger. I just hope it's not with Bella the whole,
it wasn't
sparkly vampire thing.
No, she was born before Twilight.
Okay, fair enough.
And it
was actually calls it fan fiction.
Yeah.
No offense to Twilight fans out there, but come on.
But they would also walk around my college campus, ODU, go Monarchs, on a weekly basis.
Shameless plug.
Yeah. On a weekly basis, they would hang around the outside part of the music building just to get socialization. And a college campus was perfect. Like, they got to experience skateboards, buses, all of these various different things.
Because socializing them in an area that's hustling and bustling as much as that will probably make them bomb-proof.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And ODU was under a lot of construction at the time. And so they would hear construction equipment, jackhammers, loud
bangs.
Yeah, they didn't care.
Skill saws, all kinds of stuff.
During spring break, they would come to my house with Mom.
Oh, Lord.
For what I would like to call boot camp sessions, meaning they were worked every single day. They were groomed every other day. They were learning a lot of just dog show skills that I could not teach them in weekly visits, but I was teaching them on a day-to-day basis.
And this is like when school wasn't going on?
This was during spring break.
Oh, okay. So, but the showing season is kind of...
year-round.
Well, it's more prevalent in the summer months, I think.
Yeah, spring and summer.
Yeah.
And we would time our shows very carefully as to what we wanted to do and what our goals were. I would usually be the one to put points, points on them, and then they would go off to another handler named Rachel. Rachel would put some of the majors on them, and then I did some campaigning.
To be clear, when you're talking about putting on points, you're talking about, for those that may not be aware, you are taking these dogs into the show ring, regardless of where they go, first, second, etc., etc. They have gained points from being in that ring, correct?
Yep, they would go either winner's bitch or winner's dog.
Right.
I did some what's known as campaigning or specialing with Bella, meaning that she was a champion, and then we would show her as a champion, and she would be shown in the best of breed class.
Right.
And Bella was one of those dogs that just, God, she loved the show. That just absolutely amazing dog. She looked just like her father.
Did she have a handler preference? Like, she would perform better for this person as opposed to this other person? Did she not care?
When she was younger, she didn't care. But as she got older, she preferred me over either me or Megan over anybody else. Megan's Karen's daughter, and Bella was Megan's junior showmanship dog, and we would fine tune a lot of stuff together to the point of where and just how Megan needed to tilt her body so that Bella would perform a little bit better.
Right.
So that is when I say I have a personal connection to this breed.
Yeah, it's
I definitely
not an exaggeration.
do. I mean, I've got a photo of Bella getting groomed with sunglasses on. She was a diva. My first experience is diva dog mode.
Technically, you could kind of say that she was practice for Alice.
Yeah. And there's even a hilarious photo of me showing at the Chesapeake Dog Fanciers Association shows, and I was showing in the Best of Breed ring with Bella. And someone took a photo, and it was me mid-hair flip. And my hair...
I was wondering if this is what it was.
Yeah, my hair was just flying.
To give anyone who hasn't seen the photo, chances are Ashley will probably post it.
Yeah, I'll probably post it.
But the image is absolutely hysterical. You can tell it's definitely Ashley from, like, the neck down. And there is a Clumber on the lead, but all you see on her face is this blonde hair. It's like a L'Oreal commercial gone absolutely and horribly wrong. Because I'm right in your face.
Well, and... I don't know what it is about the Chesapeake shows. They're always outside, and they're either insanely hot or insanely windy. It was very rare that it was a very nice day out, and they, oh my god, it was craziness.
The only time that I've ever experienced that I can recall outside show ring was in Michigan.
Yeah, it was Premiere.
Yeah.
And it was cold.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
Now, we're going to get to that last and final lovely question.
I've been sitting on this one.
Would you own one?
Hell no. Hell no. The grooming alone. I mean, you've described in great detail 4 hours to get them show ready and then to put them in this dog Borat costume so their bellies don't touch the ground. Fuck no. Not in my house. No, thank you.